guys? Welcome back to Algebra 2. Today we are talking about 4.4 factoring quadratic expressions. Okay, so our objective is to find common and binomial factors of quadratic expressions, to find special quadratic expressions. So we're factoring. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so what is the expression in factor form? So we have x squared plus 9x plus 20. I am going to have a guest speaker hop in every now and then because...
Hello, Mr. Thomas here.
We teach factoring two different ways.
Slightly different.
Just a little different, and I think every math teacher teaches factoring a little bit different. And so we want to show you both of our methods so that way hopefully you like one and you can pick one and go with it. And so that is the reason why we are definitely tax saving this one, because we want to show you both of our techniques in a little bit style.
I like it. All right, I will go ahead and go first.
Okay.
So in the future you may see quadratic expressions that have a number in front of the x squared. So this is what we call standard form, where the number in front of the x is an a, and actually it is an a. But pretend like that's not there. And then this number would be b, and this would be c. All the problems we're going to do in this lesson is just going to be x squared or y squared, whatever letter they use. But what I like to do is I'm going to go and rewrite this since that lettering is, or that font is kind of small. So x squared plus 9x plus 20. So when you see the word factor, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get this expression written in these two parentheses, all right? So when you see factor, that's what you're going to do. For all these problems, the x's are just going to split, all right? Since there's just two x's, it's like x times x. We're just going to split them. So I'm putting an x here and an x here. The next thing we need to know is what symbols are we going to put here. So we're going to have a x, a symbol, either a plus or minus, and a number. So the way you do this is the first symbol is always going to drop. All right, so this is a plus sign, it's dropping. And this is where it gets a little tricky. If the first symbol is a plus sign, the second symbol also drops. It stays the same. So this is a plus sign, it drops no matter what. The first one does. Since this is a plus, the second one drops no matter what. And so that's a plus sign. Now if we get to a problem where this is a minus sign, the first one's a minus sign, the minus sign drops, but the second symbol flips. So if this were a minus sign, I would drop that minus sign, but then I'd flip this from a positive to a minus. We'll have some examples of those. All right, so now we have our symbols, and now we need to figure out what numbers to put in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for multiples of 20. I like to write these out. 2 and 10, 4 and 5. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for which of these combinations add up to be 9. All right? So multiples of this far right number, and which of these multiples add up to be 9. So 1 and 20, that's 21, that's not it. 2 and 10, that's 12, nope. 4 and 5, that's my answer.
Ding, ding, ding.
Now with my method, the highest number goes first. So I'm going to put the 5 here, the 4 here, and so my answer is x plus 5, x plus 4. Miss Colette.
That was lovely.
Here we go, your turn.
Okay, so let's clear this ink and let's go to number 2. Okay, so let's go ahead and
We're factoring, my bad.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah,
These slides need to be updated, that's my fault.
No, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so we are still factoring, and so we are trying to find the two parentheses that if we multiplied it out would get us x squared minus 7x minus 18. Okay, so what I do is I draw an x, okay? And remember, this is our A, this is our B, and this is our C. We know that. We know that forward and backwards now. My C term goes up here and my B term goes up here. Okay, and so what we do is we are going to look for the two numbers that multiply to get the top, but add to get the bottom. Okay, so let's look at this example. So we have x squared minus 7x minus 18. And so I put my negative 18 at the top, and I put my negative 7 at the bottom. Okay, so like Mr. Thomas, we need to find the factors of negative 18, the multiply to get the top, but add to get the bottom. And so that's where these come in. So 18, I do a T-chart. So we have 1 and 18, we have 2 and 9, and we have 3 and 6. Okay, so those are all of the factors of that 18. And so we look for the two numbers that add now to get a negative 7. And so that, hopefully, that kind of is a trigger, like with, so one of those are negative or they're both negative. In this case, they're gonna be opposite signs. So like the previous example, we look for the two numbers that added to get 9. In this case, we need to find the two numbers that have a difference that we can add or subtract to get a negative 7. So basically, what two numbers are 7 units apart, okay? So you may have to, it kind of gets, you know, you see patterns and you see your little tricks, but you have to kind of, the number sense, we have to use that. So like 1 and 18, those are 1 plus 18 is 19, 1 minus 18 is 17, okay? 2 and 9, 2 plus 9 is 11, 2 minus 9 is 7, okay? So, and then 3, 6, that's 9 or 3, so that's not that. So we are going to use 2 and 9. And so those are 7 units apart. So I'm gonna take my 2 and my 9 and I'm gonna put it here, okay? So they multiply to get a positive 18, but we need negative 18. So that tells me one of these numbers needs to be negative. And so then you look here, this is a negative 7, and so this needs to be a negative 9. Okay, 2 plus negative 9 gives us the negative 7. And so you look at your sign, whatever your bigger number is, the signs match, but you just double check. 2 times negative 9 gives us negative 18. 2 plus negative 9 gives us the negative 7. So these two numbers right here are the numbers that are gonna go in our parentheses. So we have our parentheses just like we had before. Our x squares get broken up to x times x, okay? And so what we do here is we have a x, this is a positive 2, so I'm gonna say x, I'm gonna do red, x plus 2, and then we have a negative 9, so I'm gonna say x minus 9. Okay, and that is how I teach it. And if we like switch these around, okay, it's okay, you can switch around the different order, whichever one, as long as your 9 is negative. And this also follows what Mr. Thomas did. He dropped down the negative, 9 is the bigger number, that one has the matching sign, that one goes first, and then this is opposite sign. Okay, so both methods work, it's just kind of how you would like to do it.
Oh, well, juggling. Oh, not very good. Yes, they both work, but my ability to juggle does not work. Her method is going to be better for more complex quadratic expressions, and so eventually you may have to adopt her method, but for these simple ones, you can use either one. All right, so real quick, let's work through this. So there's nothing there. All right, oh, I'm going to hit.
Oh!
We need a replay with that one. We need I wasn't ready for it. Here we go.
Nailed it. Oh,
Boom.
whoa,
I about
I
knocked
saw
somebody
fire.
out with that one.
I saw fire.
You need to know, Mr. Thomas got the skills when it comes to baseball. All right, so I'm factoring. So automatically, like I don't know why that's distracting. I'm factoring. All right. So I know that I'm getting something here. I need a letter, a symbol, and a number. A letter, symbol, number. I've got P's, so I got a PP. See what I did there? I have a toddler, and he's always talking about going potty. Well, P and P, we split them, and now we move on to the next thing, which is these symbols. So, this is good to practice this method. The first one always drops. The first symbol always drops. So my minus drops, and then the second symbol, if this one's minus, this one flips. All right, so the opposite of minus is positive, right there. Finally, we're gonna go blue. We're gonna find multiples of 14. So we're gonna do 1 and 14. We're gonna do 2 and 7. And I believe that's all. Yeah, that's all, folks. So, what adds or subtracts to be 5? And this is where you kind of use what Ms. Collette said earlier about number sense. And so, 2 and 7, if we just say add, 2 and 7 is 9, but 2 minus 7 is -5. So that's my answer. And then for my method, the highest number, the biggest number, goes first. And so this would be my answer. P minus 7, P plus 2, you got the parentheses, and that is it. And as Ms. Collette did say earlier, once you have these in there, you could interchange the -7, put it over here, the plus 2 here, but those are the things that you need. All right, I think Ms. Collette may have one more example, I'm not sure. Yeah, there we go. M&Ms.
Wait, I think we had another, I think we skipped one.
Did I skip one?
I think. Go back. We didn't
Oh,
have one,
my
right?
bad. I'm
No, you're good.
double clicking. All right, do you want to do your method one more
Sure.
time?
Sure.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Let's just do it. Okay. So we have x squared minus 16x plus 63. So again, this is ABC. Okay, our C goes at the top and our B goes at the bottom. So our positive 63 and our signs follow, and then we have a negative 16. Okay, so we are looking for the factors that multiply to get 63, but add to get a negative 16. Okay, so 63, we have 1 and 63. 2 doesn't go into it, 3 does 21 times. No 4, no 5, no 6, no 7, and 9, okay? And then 8 doesn't, we're back at 9. So those are all of the multiples of 63. So we need what combination can add or subtract to give us a 16, okay? So 1 and 63, that would be either 64 or 62, so no. Okay, 3 and 21, that would be 24 or 18, no. 7 and 9, okay, if we add 7 plus 9, that gives us 16, okay? We need a negative 16, so, but 7 and 9 are our answer, our numbers that we're gonna use. So 7 times 9 gives us a positive 63. However, if we add 7 plus 9, that doesn't give us a negative. So both of these numbers need to be negative, okay? Negative 7 times a negative 9 gives us the positive 63. Negative 7 plus negative 9 gives us the negative 16, okay? So now we have our two sides that we are going to enter in, okay? So we have, we're gonna break up our x's, and then we have, I'm gonna put minus 9 first, and I'm gonna put minus 7 first, just to show kind of like what Mr. Thomas's, everything that he does, it's works. We drop down this, we switch it, our 9 goes first, and we get the same thing. All we do is bring down these as our two numbers. And there you go. There you have it. There is your two factors.
All right, you mind clearing that for me?
You know what? I'd love to.
All right, so we'll see how many more examples we have left. I think this might be the last
yeah.
one. All right, so I'm factoring. All right, once again, factor. I'm graphing. All right, factoring. So automatically, I'm splitting my favorite candies, M&Ms. Go right there, and then I'm looking at this first symbol that always drops. It's minus, so that lets me know that the second one is going to flip. The opposite of positive is negative. And then my last step, figuring out what numbers go here. So I'm going to look at multiples of 8, which is 1 and 8, 2 and 4. Which of these add or subtract to be 9? So 1 plus 8 is 9. That looks pretty good. I just want to confirm 2 plus 4 is 6. 2 minus 4 is 2. So that's going to be my answer. And which number goes first?
8, the bigger one.
The bigger number, yes. So 8 goes there. And that is my answer. All right. I'm pretty sure that's the last one.
It should be.
Let's see. Yeah, that is. All right, so 4.4, work hard, message me or Miss Collette. If this happens to be a semester where you only have Miss Collette as a teacher, just message her, don't message me.
You can just
All right.
message me. And this is just going to be 4.4.
Yeah, see, it shows how much time we put into organizing these.
Yeah, no, like we did. It's just
We
we
did.
switched things up last second.
That's
Yeah,
true. That's
yeah,
true. All right.
yeah.
Well, good luck. Adios.
You guys are great.